Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's edition of the CrossFit Games Update Show. I'm Sean Woodland with Tommy Marquez and Pat Sherwood, continuing to look forward to the Invitational on November 20th in Oshawa, Ontario. It's going to be 4 p.m. Eastern Time, the United States, Canada, Europe, and the Pacific team. We have run down all the teams. We know the team members, but we got to have somebody who is in charge of corralling everybody into one cohesive unit. That is the coach, and it is not an easy job to be thrown into that and have to get this team ready in such a quick time.
100% critical role. Coaches are force multipliers, right? So you're going to take 4 people. They're great athletes, but you want them to be one powerful force moving towards that victory. They better have a leader.
And that's only amplified because the talent pool keeps growing each year, so the margins of error become even smaller, so the coaching role just becomes bigger and bigger with each year.
We will start with the host nation, and they will be led by Camille LeBlanc-Bazinet, the 2014 fittest woman on earth who's been to the CrossFit Games 7 times. A lot of invitational experience. She's been on the Canadian team 3 times, but this is her first as a coach, so how do you expect her to do in that role?
I think out of all the coaches, she is probably the biggest wild card out of the bunch, which also means this is a great opportunity for her to showcase some coaching talents that maybe we haven't seen at this level. She has all the individual experience, all the talent in the world as an individual competing, but coaching these high-level athletes for Canada on the men's side, very young as well, is a very different feat. And I think her dynamic with Michelle is going to be key. I think they know each other very well through competing, and if she can basically use Michelle as an extension of her coaching principles out on the floor, I think that's going to help them be successful.
And it seems the male athletes they have on that team too, with Patrick Vellner and Brent Fikowski, they probably don't offer a problem here. I mean, they're not going to be guys who are going to come in and rock the boat.
No, but I do think that maybe, and this is hard to say, but maybe Brent Fikowski might have to do some readjustments here, because we see an athlete like Lucas Parker in the past who's very particular in their warm-ups and how they prepare, which kind of fits outside of the box of what other people do. You're going to have to kind of make some concessions there to make sure everybody is kind of on the same page in that regard.
Let's go to the Europe team, and for the second straight year, they're going to be led by Samantha Briggs. Now, last year, Briggs was the coach as well when the team finished last at the Invitational, but she has a great resume. She's the 2013 fittest woman on earth, 5 CrossFit Games appearances, and Sam has actually won 9 events at the Games. That's second only to Annie Thorisdottir. I know she was disappointed with what happened last year, and she even told me that she would have rather have been competing than been the coach, but now she's a coach again. What did she learn from the 2015 experience?
I think last year, as much as I'm sure it stung, Samantha Briggs, none of these people want to lose.
Right.
And they're also used to competing. They'd rather be out there on the floor, but her role is shifting. And last year, getting her feet wet and kind of seeing what that side was like, I think was extremely beneficial. Now she can take that lessons learned of just realizing, hey, 4 great athletes, that's not enough. They need guidance, they need direction. She can provide that. She's been at the Invitational forever. 2012, 2014 on Team Europe. On 2013, she was on the World Team, the only time that the USA lost. She also won the Games that year. And then last year, she was the coach. So you take all of that experience together. She's got no ego. She has no attitude. She's well respected. She takes the game seriously, but she's also lighthearted at the same time. I think it's going to be a very good fit, her coming back for year number 2 as a coach.
Yeah, the European team has a coach who has been there before, and the Pacific team has a coach who has been there before as well. They will be led by Chad McKay, who is the Pacific team coach in 2014 when the Invitational was in the United States in San Jose, California. Been to the Games 4 times. And in 2015, when he was there, he withdrew after 5 events and was on track to probably have his best games ever, but he was hurt during heavy DT. This guy has a really good coaching resume, plus he weighs more than 200 pounds, so bonus there.
Instant fan.
Big guy solidarity.
What does he bring to the table here?
I think, first off, he is a phenomenal pick for coach. I think as long as we keep this format, you can kind of pencil in Chad McKay as a great pick for this Pacific team. It's hard to find someone who doesn't like and respect Chad McKay as an athlete and as a competitor. I think that's a great foundation as a coach overall. He's won the Invitational. He was on the team, the World Team in 2013 that won. He's coached the Invitational back in 2014. He's coached an affiliate cup team at the Games. His affiliate that he co-owns and coaches at every day, CrossFit Active, always performs very well, shows up at the Games. He's coached in that very high-level, high-stress environment. And I think he's got a great dynamic with his entire team, so a solid pick all around.
Let's go to the United States. And last year, Rich Froning was supposed to be the coach, ended up competing, sort of serving in a dual role. This year, he's the coach again. We know all about him of the 6 championships, 4 individual, 2 as a team. But we've seen this in other sports where you think the best athlete who gets the coaching job doesn't do that well. Why is this going to be different?
Rich Froning, I mean, he excels at everything. You know, it doesn't matter whatever environment we put him in, whatever is not supposed to go that way. Hey, you're coaching. No, you're not. You're back in. You have to dual hat as athlete and coach. Okay, you're done with individual competition. You're going to go to the affiliate cup. He just rises to the occasion, whether it's an open announcement, it doesn't matter. So now, with all that experience under his belt, coming back, I think he's going to be even more of a force to be reckoned with. He's ferociously competitive.
Yeah.
I mean, even compared to everyone else out there on the floor, he kind of has a different notch that not a lot of other people do. And who's kidding who? It never hurts to have the most dominant athlete in our sport, period, with the most experience across all these different types of competitions, telling you what he thinks would be the best strategy. So he's going to be a threat.
You're pretty unflappable when you're going through
Appreciate
a workout.
that.
You know,
because I go so slowly.
Yeah, you tune people out, but when he yells at you, it's a different story, right?
Yeah, and I think that's what's going to make him, even amongst so many talented coaches, just a little bit different. Yeah, I can feel like, hey, Pat, pick up the bar. I'm like, whatever, I'll get to it when I do. I'm good at blowing them off. When he was here at the office, I think I was doing wall balls, he told me to pick it up, and I was like, I have to pick that thing up. I have no choice. Yeah. In this environment, I think he just brings that something special.
With that being said, then, what coach here of these 4 has the biggest impact?
I'm going to go with the big rig, Chad McKay.
Yeah.
I think primarily because I think the Pacific team has the most to gain from kind of meshing well together and kind of running a flawless race, if you will, at this type of this competition. You look at Chad's dynamic with his team. He's competed alongside Rob. He's coached Rob. He's competed alongside and won the Invitational with Cara. You know, James Newberry is a guy that's a seasoned competitor down in the Australia region, so they're quite familiar. And then you have an athlete like Tia Claire Toomey that I think is just kind of the glue between everyone that can just kind of adapt and do a little bit of everything. And it's just like, yep, you know what? I'll show up and do whatever you need me to. And I think Chad can tap into that and really elevate this team.
I'm going to go actually with the woman I talked about initially, and that's Samantha Briggs. I think she has incredible shoes to fill, and if she can do it this year, going from last to now first place and beating this USA team that everyone seems to be is unbeatable, that will cement her as an iconic coach in the Invitational arena.
Invitational is November 20th. It's a Sunday. It's at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. You can stream the event live on games.crossfit.com. Tickets are on sale right now as well. It's in Oshawa, Ontario, just outside of Toronto. But hey, the fun doesn't end with the Invitational. On October 4th, we're going to have the second round of announcements for the team series. And then on October 13th, registration begins for the liftoff. So still plenty of fun left in 2016. That's going to do it for us. For Pat Sherwood and Tommy Marquez, I'm Sean Woodland. We'll see you next time.